Well, I figured it was only fair to start today's video right here in the Knoxville Nationals victory lane. In just a few short hours, someone's car is going to be parked right over my shoulder. They're going to have won $190,000, and they're going to be taking home one of the coolest trophies in all of motorsports. And if you run on the podium, you get hardware. If you win any of the lower main events, you take home some hardware, and they also have a few other awards to hand out. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the goal. This is where I want to be one day, where I want to get our operation to, and just, man, this is the biggest stage in all of sprint car racing. It does not get bigger than the Knoxville Nationals. This event is turning into my favorite each season. I'm so glad to be here, my second time for 410 Nationals, but I don't see myself missing this race in the future at all. So there it is. Take it in for just one moment before we get tonight underway. Like I said, we want to be here one day. We have some work to do to make it happen, but all you have to do is look at this list of drivers that have won this race, man, and it would just be, it'd be amazing to be a part of it. So that's what we're working towards. Figured I would check this out before we get the night underway. So as cars are about to get on track in just a little bit, we are going to be starting 16th in tonight's B main. That B will go 22 laps, and it's probably, like every time we've been on track, probably the most important B main event that will be ran all season in 410 sprint car racing. And that is simply because there's only 4 spots left in tonight's A main event, and they're all going to be handed out in that B. So with us starting 16th, we theoretically got to pass 12 cars, try to advance forward. And also, even if we don't make it, every spot that we do go forward at a race like this, you know, does of course increase our purse money. So that's also important. But more than anything, we just want to try to go make some good laps, finish our weekend strong, and really try to make something out of where we're at, you know, starting that far deep with 22 laps. So just got my fire suit here. In just a little bit, we're gonna be getting the car all fired up. The stands are just about packed. It's a sold out crowd tonight, and the pit area is a complete zoo. Like, there is so many fans down here as well, and cars are starting to get fired. The alphabet soup will be underway in just a little bit. No matter what, it all comes down to this. So check it out. It's so cool to be a part of the Knoxville Nationals. We're gonna be getting the night underway. Just really want to finish strong here, and if we can make something happen and at least move forward, it's going to be pretty cool. So just got to go out there and run a good race. As I mentioned though, there's a lot more laps that have to go before me. We are going to get a chance to hot lap. That's going to be nice. So try to get some good hot laps in, and then try to, you know, roll through that B main event and make some action to at least try to move the 18T forward. Now, before we throw the green flag on tonight, I want to tell you about the sponsor of today's show, Sprayway. Now, Sprayway is a unique product for our team because we use it in so many different ways. This is valuable to THR because we use it to clean our race car, our cabinets in our trailer, the visor on my helmet, all the cameras that we use to, you know, capture, create, do all the content that we do. And then also we use it to mount tires properly because we spray it on the wheel before we actually put air to it, so it expands slowly, slides right on the rim, mounts up, and then we're ready to go racing. So it's truly an awesome and versatile product, and it can also be used away from the track. So make sure to check them out. I put a link at the top of the description. It's been awesome having their support here on the channel, and now it's time to jump back into the video. we just hot lapped, and I decided to throw another 10 tear-offs on. I got probably over 25 for this B main event. What that should tell you is kind of what my fear was. Man, they just had this track surface so wet, and we still have some more laps to go, but the hot lap session we just ran, I mean, we're talking like qualifying laps, like that's the speed. You can just rip right basically through the middle, and even the bottom has a lot of grip. Right now they're just getting ready to run the C, the A main car's hot lap, and then we go out for the B. So like I said, we still have, I mean, a little bit, but the track's not gonna change super drastically, I don't think. I mean, it's, you know, it's not super warm out, obviously the sun's down, it's nighttime, and like I said, this thing just has a lot of grip in a lot of spots. So that doesn't make it as ideal for trying to pass cars and move forward. You have less time each lap to go, and guys just kind of spread out, and it is what it is. But overall, we're just going to do the best with what we can and really try to make sure we keep our car free here, because especially being in traffic, man, it's easy to get too tight, and if you're balled up on this surface, man, you're not going to be going anywhere.
Turn number 4, 22 laps. Your microlight last chance showdown is green at the Knoxville Nationals.
Brad Sweet. Oh, is that Brad Sweet?
Yeah, it's Brad Sweet. Yeah. Realize it, fighting for the transfer spot.
So I do not have much more of the race to show you. My cameras got covered before we even went green, so that kind of tells you how hooked up the racetrack was. And as the race went on, my car just didn't feel very good, and actually towards the end almost felt like I had a vibration or something was going wrong, so I decided to pull in.
So just climbed out of the car after that B. Didn't have a great B main event. I felt like I knew it was going to be an uphill battle just because of the cars we were up against, but then also the racetrack kind of being how it was. It just, man, it was hammer down. The middle's a little bit hard, but it just still gets so dirty from time to time. There's just grip everywhere. The bottom's still really fast, and starting as deep as we were, like the start was gnarly. The first couple laps were gnarly, especially with the fuel load. And I mean, I put on all those tear-offs, but man, I was pulling 1 or 2 a lap. It felt like I had to start being careful to not run out. And you can see these guys, they're cleaning all the mud off the car. I mean, it is covered. So yeah, I don't know. I never really got a chance to even go forward. I got a good start, and then I couldn't see for a second, kind of got buried in a bad spot, had to lift because like we were like 3 or 4 wide, and yeah, after that it just makes it difficult. So anyway, we kind of just bounced around about where we started the whole race, like 15th to 18th I think, and got a break or 2, had a yellow, and like I said, the race race car. We were just kind of on the tight side, even with my wing all the way forward, and like, I mean, we felt like we were freer than we've kind of been all weekend. It's just the track was just really, and on the top, and it probably didn't help I was running up there, but I was just trying to find a clean lane and have a shot to pass people. I didn't feel like I was going to go anywhere following everyone, so the top was super chunky. Anyway, went through the whole race, and then there at the end, I think I just had so much mud packed in my car, it started to feel, it didn't feel right, like something was wrong or something in the right rear corner. And I mean, I'm so deep, I didn't want to put my, you know, I wasn't going to make the Knoxville Nationals, unfortunately, so it wasn't worth putting my equipment on the line. So 3 laps to go. I think a yellow came out, but I was just about to pull in anyway. I was like, this is not worth it. I didn't want something to go wrong for, you know, running in the back of the B. Like I said, we weren't going anywhere, so it just sucks. I just wish we had a better racetrack. I mean, like I said, I know it's Knoxville, and these guys, they do a pretty good job, but man, it's just, you know, it's just been so wet, and it's obviously difficult to go anywhere. It's difficult to go anywhere no matter what in a race like that, but when you have a track that's like that, I mean, all the guys that I started around were kind of just mixing it up the whole entire time. Well, Knoxville Nationals 2024 is officially a wrap. If you listen closely, you hear a lot of different things. You hear them kind of cleaning the grandstands and working on the facility. You can hear fans living it up, and I'm sure drivers and crew members as well partying out of turn 4. If you listen this other direction, you can almost hear probably what is Dingus, I'm sure, and the after party there. And yeah, Nationals, it is just, it's one big event, and it's pretty crazy to be a part of it. So very, very blessed that we're able to compete this year. As far as our results, of course, you know the drill. You always want to do better. Really wish we would have been able to make it into the main event for a lot of different reasons. Of course, you know, the notoriety of it. It's very prestigious to make it into the Knoxville Nationals. Then on top of it too, it's great purse money. Would have been $15,000 for our team. Would have been a big step for us, but hey, the good news is we're working that direction, and we're not going to stop anytime soon. So didn't feel like we got to end our Nationals on the highest note as far as how that B main went, but like I said, sometimes that's just how it goes. The circumstances of the situation really weren't super favorable for most of us guys that started in the back. We were all kind of in the same boat, just stuck about where we started. So I just want to thank my team, my family, my sponsors. It was great to have everyone along for our 2024 Midwest trip. We were out here on the road for a solid month. I think we ran over 15, 16 nights. We grinded out in the heat, in the cold. We saw a lot of different racetracks. We competed. You know, unfortunately, we didn't bring home any wins, but we ran well, and like I said, we gave it everything we had. So Knoxville, one day we are going to conquer you. That is the goal, and with that, we will see you guys all in the next video. Thank you for riding along with me for this journey. Deuces.